Mia-san. Welcome back to our playthrough of Our Life Beginning and Always. We're continuing where we left off last time with our moments from step 2. We're going to do Mall today. Maybe another one if Mall doesn't take 30 minutes or more. And we're going to debate on if next time will be road trip or if we're just going to try and finish everything. I'm still debating on if we just do everything. I don't know what summer work is going to actually bring us in terms of excitement / adding to the narrative, so I don't know. Escape. I don't know. We're just going to see how this all turns out, but today we are doing the Mall for sure. Lee's visit today turned out to be more involved than you expected. After overhearing where the Holden family was going, Lee insisted on seeing Mr. Holden's shop firsthand. An hour later, and Lee was busy looking at every item on display. Because Cove's dad offered supplies, lessons, and tours, his shop had all the scuba-related stuff you could imagine: fins, masks, suits, and snorkels. After circling around the shop, you finally stopped to look at the whole room. I'd say it's not often. You preferred it that way. It meant there was always something new to look at, even if it was just a layout change. Visiting the shop made for a fun afternoon. Just the other day, Cove was telling you about the new wetsuits, and now you got to check them out. Lee was still busy poking through the various wetsuits displayed, so you decided to see what Derek and Cove were doing. They were too absorbed in their conversation to notice you standing near them. Leaning against the counter, you were able to pick up on the topic quickly.
Anyway,
my dad told me there's some news. The new stuff is selling like crazy. Ahem! Derek, your voice? I'm trying. Yeah, the material has a new blend with less neoprene. My dad says people are really interested in it. Did I change Cove's voice too? I can't tell. I feel like I did, and I'm sorry. I brought a smile to your face. You couldn't resist teasing the boys. I think I figured out Mr. Holden and Mr. Swartz's secret to running this place. Cove crossed his arms and looked at you with an eyebrow raised while Derek gave you a genuinely confused look. Derek! You motioned with your hand for them to lean in close. Clearly they realized they could sell anything with all the handsome faces in this place. Cove's face immediately went red over the suggestion. He looked away, shaking his head. Derek took it in stride. And that's why I'm here, learning from the best! But really, there's just so much to think about with business. It's crazy. No matter how much I come, I still don't think I get it. Cove hummed and nodded in agreement, causing a good-humored laugh from Derek. I thought you'd only like the scuba diving part, not the job part. That's just the best part. I think about other things too.
I gotcha.
Cool! The business side, running it, that's my favorite. Out of the corner of your eye, you caught movement, and you realized Lee was now standing next to you. When your dad's retired, do you guys think you're gonna carry on the store? Both sons shrugged in unison.
Well,
there's tons of things I could do. My dad thinks so too. He doesn't want me to plan on working here forever. Cove's gaze fell to the floor. You could see the conflict flashing across his face.
I don't know.
It's a lot. Being the real boss of something, totally in charge. Aw, Covey boy, you don't have to worry about it. You really don't have to worry about it, Cove. Do you think your dad's... oh, I could totally, ruin them. I don't think... None of these are choices I would do. But let's do the last one. Derek smiled in equal parts happiness and bashfulness. He bounced on his feet a bit. Thanks, Blue. I'm happy you believe in us. Me too. Co's parents left the back office and came over, catching your attention. Sorry, kids. It looks like it's gonna be a long one. I know I usually hold the fort down, but I really need to stay here today. I know you just wanted a little visit, but it'd be boring getting stuck all day because of me. Kyra can take my car and go back to the neighborhood. Cove and Derek gave him an understanding look. Mr. Holden crossed his arms and flashed you all a big smile, trying to lift the mood. The one condition is that someone has to remember to come back for me later. You don't get to strand me here, no matter how funny that might be. Kyra laughed and gave a thumbs up. Mr. Holden seemed satisfied with that. He moved on with the explanation. Derek, your dad's also has his hands full today, so he doesn't have time to run you back home.
It's okay.
That's alright, sir. I feel like I can't keep a solid voice for Derek. I'm sorry. The title of Sir got a little awkward chuckle out of Cliff, which was cut short when Kyra elbowed him teasingly.
What do you think?
You already said I could borrow your car. Why don't I take all the kids somewhere fun for the afternoon?
Absolutely.
That's fine with me. Just please come back eventually. Sometime today, Kyra. After multiple jokes about being left with no ride, you had to wonder if it actually had happened in their past together. For you, my good sir, I swear. Cross my heart. Happy with the promise, Cliff took out his black wallet and offered a $50 bill to Kyra. Here, just in case you need gas or anything while you're out. Kyra smiled knowingly and accepted the bill without hesitation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cove's dad stuck the wallet into his back pocket while he waved with the free hand. Okay, time for me to jump back to work. Have fun for me. Bye, Dad. Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Holden. Goodbye, sirs and madams. That sounded awkward. He left the room with a wink and flare, disappearing into the employee-only area of the shop. When Mr. Holden was out of sight, Kyra silently strolled over to the counter and carefully placed the $50 bill there. She turned back around and beamed a large smile at you and the others. Come on, gang! Let's see if this town has a mall! Yeah! Unable to contain her excitement, Lee actually jumped with joy, while Cove and Derek just grinned. There wasn't a mall in your hometown, but Mr. Holden's store wasn't in Sunset Bird. It might be possible to find a mall out here. Let's go! Hell yeah! Heck yeah! Heck, not hell. Let's go! She quickly herded the group out of the store and into the car.
Cove.
As the driver, I get to choose my partner in crime. Naturally, I bestow the position of shotgun onto my baby. Her comment had both Derek and Lee snickering. Cove rolled his eyes at his mom and opened the front passenger door. I'm not gonna stick up for you. I'm just gonna be fine with it. You got shotgun on your own car lot. It made sense that he got priority here. I'll take the middle seat. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be a window seat. You two can have them. Are you cool with that? You thought it was odd that anyone would give up a window seat, but you knew Derek tried to be especially polite when he was a guest. You nodded.
Fantastic.
Good. Sounds like we're all in agreement. Everyone squeezed into the car, buckling in, and Kyra turned on the radio. She set it to a top 40s pop station. Yeah. Let's go. We're into it. Quickly, you recognized the song playing. It was a new one by an artist you were listening to a lot recently. Da-da-dots, we're driving down the road, it's a da-da-dots. Filling up the silence, it's a da-da-dots. Da-da-dots, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dots. It wasn't long until your group realized they were lost. But after driving in enough circles, Kyra's struggle paid off when she found a local mall. There was more cheers from Lee as Kyra pulled into a parking spot. Once your group had made it inside, the first order of business on this trip was checking what this mall actually had. Where should we go?
Ooh.
I see a makeup store ahead! She rolled up on her tiptoes to get a better view. Meanwhile, Derek was eyeing the directory. There's a chocolate shop! Seriously, we have to go there! Yes, wait! And we need to find a decent jewelry shop. I need new hair ties and barrettes.
Nice.
We've also got to at least look for a game store. There's tons of things you can't get anywhere but at a store that's just for video games. Hey, what are you thinking, Cove? I want to look at the fish in the pet store. You could have guessed as much. Anywhere else? He smiled with some bashfulness. Can we go to a camping and outdoor supplies shop?
So...
What about you, Blue? I want to go to the food court. I will love... bookstore, pet store, chocolate shop. There we go. That's certainly a list. Good thing we have all afternoon. Yeah. I have my own stops I want to make. Let's agree to regroup here at 7 p.m.
What?
You're not coming with us? We're all in the same building. You won't be as alone as you think. I'll only be a few minutes away at most. You're old enough to enjoy them all without me hovering. Okay.
See you soon.
Be back here at 7 p.m. Toodaloo! I feel like I put way too much pep into Kyra's voice. But, thanks! You're leaving us all alone. Leaving Derek and Lee stunned by their newfound freedom, Kyra walked off. When she was almost out of sight, Derek's face twisted in confusion. Wow, she's really gone. I can't believe she just did that. Woo! This is so cool! We get to do whatever we want! Talk about an amazing opportunity. It really is exciting. With the decision already made, Derek tried to pull together his earlier enthusiasm for the trip. So, where are we going to first? Time's a-wasting. Whatever's closest. Things were coming together as you realized there might be a flaw in today's sudden plans. What's wrong, Blue? Did everybody bring money with them?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I did. I always have some on me when I come all the way out here. Okay, thank God. I'm gonna say I have money. I'm not gonna say I don't have money and I'm not prepared. Immediately you felt better about the situation. It would have been a downer to not be able to even think about something at the mall because they didn't have money. I'm good. Now that everything was squared away, you explored the mall together as a group. There were many shops you managed to venture into so far. You all even went to the food court, leaving you with a pep in your step. This was better than you thought, and there was still so much to see. After having hit so many of the top priority stores, you found yourself passing by a small booth. It was decorated with wind chimes of various sizes. You raised a hand up to one of the smaller ones. What sparked your attention next was Cove. You thought for sure he was going to stop at the booth by the way he looked at it, but he kept going. Two want one? It wasn't until Lee asked that you realized you had stopped in front of the booth without saying anything. Lee just continued to encourage you. You should get one. I want one for someone else. They had caught your attention, though it was because it might make a nice gift. You wondered if Lee was planning on becoming a wind chime salesperson since she kept pushing it. I have one like this at home. It makes the prettiest sounds. Fishing your money out, you made a decision on what to buy. Let's have a pair. Can I get these two, please? Now why would you need two wind chimes? God darn it, Lee, shut up! You rolled your eyes at her teasing tone, but you couldn't hide the smile growing on your own face as Lee broke into laughter. The shopkeeper carefully wrapped your purchases up and handed it back to you in a bag. You accepted it, then raced off with Lee to catch up to the boys. For Cove, you had picked out a beautiful wind chime that had a dolphin charm. You had a feeling he'd appreciate it. After leaving another clothing store, one that Lee couldn't resist exploring, you and your friends found themselves walking down the main hall of the mall again. Oddly enough, Cove started drifting to the side. Hey, where are you going? I want to get a smoothie. Cove turned around, walking backwards to get a better view of everyone's reactions. The moment he said smoothie, everyone perked up, remembering there was a popular smoothie place somewhere around here. You should have said so earlier. As you approached, your eyes were drawn to the dazzling list of smoothie combinations. A part of you wondered how long it would take to try them all. Hi there! Do you need Do you need the rundown on how this works? Yes, please. Okay. First up, you pick 3 options of fruit or berries. Then I'll add the ice and the store's special smoothie biz. Then you'll have your very own smoothie for $4. There's only one size. Cove leaned over the counter a bit. For several moments, he intently studied the plentiful fruit and berry options. I want to get a strawberry banana smoothie with coconut too. Sounds good. Is anyone else getting something? Can I get one that's just all mango? Of course.
Thanks.
I'd like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries for me. Thanks. The shopkeeper looked at you now. I want one. I want one. Could I get... No. Let's do strawberry and peach and mango? Mango or apple? Mango or apple? Let's do mango. I don't want to do banana. And that's everything. At that, everyone went ahead and paid for their individual drinks. Da-da-dot, da-da-dot, filling up the silence with the da-da-dots. We going through the silence with the da-da-dots. I feel like I am singing for no reason at all, but it's da-da-dots, da-da-dots. I'm gonna do this every time, coming up with the rhymes, da-da-dot. You waited over at the other side of the booth where the drinks were put out when they were done. Derek bounced on his feet, excited for his to be ready. Aw, this is gonna be good! Lee chimed in with her own enthusiasm. Everybody says their smoothie-based stuff can make any drink great! Cove, while quieter, looked just as eager for his smoothie. Luckily, there hadn't been anyone else before you, so it wasn't a long wait. Your group collected the fresh drinks as they were placed on the counter. Straws were placed through the opening at the top of the cup, and the first tentative sips were had. Derek sighed in satisfaction after his taste. Mango is delicious! Mine is super good too! Cove nodded and hummed in agreement. His straw was still in his mouth. I'm gonna be happy with mine. This is perfect! Cool! We all made excellent choices today! Yeah! I'm gonna try some Cove smoothie because I like to torture my cute, adorable boy. Cove, can I have a drink of yours? He's gonna blush, isn't he? At that, Cove accidentally inhaled as he was drinking. Oh, my poor boy, don't choke! His face was burning red from embarrassment and from the coughing that shook him. Dude, are you okay? Derek gave Cove a few pats on the back. His hacking had only started to slow. I bet it ended up going the wrong way. Sucks when that happens. Lee elbowed you teasingly. The moment she got your attention, she started laughing and gesturing between you and Cove. Moments later, Cove was able to breathe normally. He wiped his mouth with his free hand. His gaze locked on the floor as he nervously started chewing on his straw. You could tell he was torn. He didn't want to say no, but he couldn't bring himself to say yes either. Derek couldn't watch this scene anymore. Drinking his own smoothie, he pretended to be fascinated by the displays in the stores your group was passing by. Lee hadn't stopped looking over you two. You could tell she was living for every bit of the situation. Cove's unhappy stare went from Lee to Derek, all while still shyly sipping his smoothie. You wondered if he was trying to will them to intervene. Feeling his stare, Derek peeked back towards Cove. The only response he offered was an understanding sigh. I'm gonna reassure him. I'm not gonna let her go, though. Ignore those two. They're making a big deal, but it's nothing worth all the attention. With a defeated sigh, Cove delicately moved the hand holding his drink towards you. His head was hung down the entire time. Leaning in, you took a sip. It was especially a sweet combination. Thanks. He nodded and brought his smoothie back closer to his body, but he didn't start drinking again.
You're welcome.
He's adorable! Look how adorable the boy is! The boy's adorable. Fine, I'm gonna go try my cousin's. Let's try Lee's. Hey Lee, can I have a taste of what you got? As long as you let me try yours too. Deal. You and Lee swapped cups and took several sips before swapping back. The berry blend tasted very strong. I like yours, but I'm really, really happy I got this. Thanks, Lee.
You're welcome.
I'm always there to help. I'm satisfied with that. As your group continued to wander the mall, you came into the area of the path that was wider. Are we going to actually ride one of the machines? In the center of the opening was a collection of quarter-operated ride-on machines. Derek stopped as soon as he saw them, smiling ear to ear. I want to ride. I think we might be too big. Oh, Cove! Never say that.
No way.
We're not that old yet. He eagerly headed over to the machines, wanting to get a better look. Lee went along with it, smiling. I'm gonna say I don't care one way or the other. Whether we're too big or not, it can't hurt to check it out. Reconvening around Derek, you watched as he was focused on the various brightly colored rides. Most were designed to look like real vehicles, but there were also some horse-shaped ones. One of them could even seat 2 people. Lee leaned in close to you and whispered playfully while pointing directly at the sole machine made for a pair. You should ride that with Cove. God damn it, Lee! That might be fun. I call the helicopter. Why?
Cool.
It's the coolest, and I think it'll move the most. He started digging in his pockets, pulling out whatever money that he had left. Wait, is everything okay? I need 4 quarters, right? Yeah. I only have 2. There has to be more between all of us. Hold on. Pockets, wallets, and purses were checked over. Derek had 2, Cove had 1, and Lee ended up with the most at 3. You didn't have any.
Don't worry about it.
You can have mine. Thanks, but you don't have to. It's not enough for me, and even if it was, it'd be dumb to ride while you had to watch. Cove shrugged. He had tried and failed and looked unsure of what to do next. Couldn't we exchange dollar bills for more quarters at a store? Derek slapped his hand on his cheek, his eyes wide.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Let's do it. The group scattered to various shops around. When you shortly reconvened at the rides, everyone had more than enough quarters.
Please?
Lou, are you gonna join us on this little kid ride? Yes, because I'm riding with Covey Boy. I'm riding with my Cove Boy. Please? You sighed, admitting defeat. I'll do it. Yay! There were enough machines that everyone claimed one for themselves. Derek got his coveted helicopter. I'm probably saying that word wrong. Lee was happy on a horse. Cove waited to choose last. It seemed he didn't want to take a ride someone else wanted when he cared so little about it. You picked the double-seater and I brought Cove along. Cove, you can sit with me. He gave a bent smile and put a hand on his hips when he saw the ride you pointed at.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
really want to try fitting me in that? You might actually be more comfortable by yourself. It doesn't matter. I want to ride with you. Blush, my dear boy. Darn it, he's not blushing. All right. Lee winked at the 2 of you from her pony as you squished next to one another in the child-sized seats. Looks were exchanged across the way as you each popped the coins in at the same time. The little rides stuttered to life. As the machines began moving up and down, side to side, Lee and Derek couldn't contain their laughter. Derek started waving from the window of the helicopter, and Lee reached out to see if she could touch anyone as their matching machines jolted closer to hers. Cove, on the other hand, just gripped the side of the car. He was struggling to remain seated, looking very uncomfortable. Let's encourage Cove. It was terrible seeing how unhappy Cove was with this. You wonder if there was anything you could do to make him feel better. Cove, don't worry! Cove's concentration was broken when he automatically looked into your direction. He looked at you coolly. None of us are big enough to topple out of these things. Cove shook his head but didn't stop. You stuck your tongue out.
Hey!
You made several silly faces at him while he looked at you with angst, but soon enough he started making them back. You felt much better seeing Cove forget about what was bothering him, and the rest of the ride was spent that way, making each other laugh. Soon, all the rides came to a stop and the group dismounted. Derek looked absolutely pleased at the conclusion of this pit stop. Then you noticed something out of the corner of your eye. You tilted your head to look directly at it and you burst into laughter. Is it a coin machine? Is it a coin machine? What's funny? You turned back to your group and nodded in the direction of where you were looking. Isn't that one of those machines that takes dollars and gives quarters back? The kind that exists for people who don't have quarters on hand? Everyone's heads moved that way and saw that you were right. Derek chuckled awkwardly. That's exactly what that is.
Oh.
We're kinda dumb. We'd have to be to miss it this whole time. Come on, let's just put this behind us. There's still places open, we haven't been everywhere yet.
Totally.
Here! You moved along from one stop towards your next, still jovial from your experience. Shortly into your walk, Lee ran over to the nearby trash can and tossed her smoothie cup. Derek went after her and threw his cup away. You followed suit and got rid of your empty cup too. Cove went up to the trash can last. He threw out his very full cup. So much of his drink was left that you couldn't help but wonder if he ever continued drinking it after your stunt. He had been so focused on sipping originally, it had to be that he was too uncomfortable to use the straw after you had. I feel bad that he didn't drink it. All that smoothie went to waste, and Cove barely got to enjoy his drink before you pushed to try it. Cove must have felt your eyes on him because he met your gaze. You weren't sure if he could tell what you were thinking. Instead of calling him out about the drink, you kept it to yourself. You knew Cove well enough to guess that it'd just make things worse. Cove smiled at you before turning back to listen to whatever Derek was trying to tell him. You resolved not to focus on the smoothie incident. Da-da-dots! Da-da-dots! I'm gonna keep on singing whenever we get a da-da-dot. A da-da-dot. I'm sorry about this bad singing when we get a da-da-dot. The clock inched closer to 7 p.m. as you all made your way back to the directory. It was hard to believe how fast the day went by.
So,
Where do you think your mom ended up today? We didn't see her anywhere. I don't know. She's just like that. Ooh, it's a mystery! Despite having vanished for the entire trip so far, when 7 p.m. hit, you spotted Kyra coming right over, waving cheerily. As soon as she was close enough, she pinched Cove's cheeks.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, baby and friends! Hi, Mom. He pushed her hand back with one hand and rubbed his cheek with the other. Did you have a good day, gang? Yeah. Today was awesome. We did so much.
Not bad.
It was fun. There was no hiding your joy. Like the others, you were smiling ear to ear. Because today went so much better than you expected. I'm glad we came here.
That
I want to hear all about it during the ride back. She clapped her hands together once, making sure she had everyone's undivided attention. Speaking of that, we'd better head out. Cliff must be missing us, and you've got to be starving. It's dinner time and you haven't eaten yet. Yeah. Everyone followed her lead and started walking out the door to the parking lot. Something about what Kyra said felt off to you. There were tons of places to eat. It's a mall. You could have had dinner. You wondered if it was just a good guess, but you could feel your eyebrows raised when it dawned on you. She must have been keeping an eye on you after all. Seemed kinda sketchy. You found it hard to put a finger on exactly how to react. You'd never had a problem in the first place with her staying with you today. It felt pointless to you, but it wasn't something worth getting worked up over either. Shaking off those thoughts, you caught up with the others. Keeping the same seating arrangement as earlier, you all piled into the car and started heading back to the store. Da-da-dots, da-da-dots, why is there so much da-da-dots? Because it's showing the time passing and I don't know what to say, it's a dot-dot-dot. The drive back went by without any problems as it was filled with chatter about the various things everyone saw around the mall. Soon enough, you arrived at your destination. It was a much faster trip, considering this time Kyra knew where she was going. Hearing the light jingle of bells from the front door being opened, Cliff poked his head out from the back. He lit up at the sight of seeing who was here. Blech. Hey, sport! Did everyone have an adventure? Hi, Dad. We had a blast! Yes! We found a mall!
Aw.
The mall? Wish I could have joined. He deflated in an exaggerated way. His shoulders slopped. Kyra put her a hand on his arm and smiled.
Anywhoosies.
There'll be other times. Are you set here? Almost. Mr. Holden sighed for real. Then he pulled himself together, standing up straight.
Do you mind?
I need just a little more time to finish up. Will you be alright killing time for a little while longer? It's okay. Yes, sir. No problem, Mr. Holden.
Sure.
We can have fun here. Excellent. What a great group of kids. He gave an approving thumbs up and Kyra nodded along. I'll give you a hand. I remember the ropes. Why, thank you. They walked side by side to the back room. Before he was out of sight, Cliff stopped and looked over his shoulder. If you leave the shop, don't go far. It's getting late. And then the parents were gone again. Let's go to the docks. They're right down the way. Yeah. Oh, I saw those on the way here and really wanted to check them out. Are you coming, Blue? All right. With a smile, Cove showed the way. Between the warm summer air and the smell of the ocean, you couldn't ask for a better night.
Thanks.
Thanks for letting me come. Me too.
Right?
Right? I was happy we did this. Today was great. Cove, your mom and dad are really cool. Really? Totally. Cove looked at Lee oddly. He ran a hand through his hair and then his puzzled expression cracked with a chuckle.
I guess.
I guess sometimes they are. You continued walking. Every so often, you would look up at the sky and see several stars poking out between the clouds. At one point, you noticed that Cove stopped while Lee and Derek kept going on ahead, busy chatting. Initially, you wondered if something was wrong, but you quickly noticed that he looked to be in good spirits. You decided to hang back with Cove. He gave you a quick, acknowledging look when you stopped at his side. You could taste the sea salt as you took a deep breath of the ocean air. Silently, you and Cove watched the ocean for a little bit. There was something about the waves that you always found soothing. You couldn't think of a better way to end the day. And then it hit you, the wind chime! This was the perfect moment. Quickly, you dug in the wrap package out of your bag. Hey, Cove! He barely replied. Instead, his focus was mostly on lazily watching the sea. The paper wrapping crinkled as you pushed the package forward, trying to make him realize. He finally caught sight of it and his eyebrows raised up high. Gingerly, Cove accepted the gift. Just seeing the present brought a face to Cove's face. He carefully opened it, his whole body brightened as he recognized the chime.
Oh my god.
I know! You're adorable! Hi, adorable boy! You deserve the charm! You deserve this, you adorable boy! He deserves this, okay? Totally deserves this. I thought it suited you, so I got it. Really? Cove smiled seemed to grow even bigger and his blush deepened. He looked sincerely happy. You're just... He wasn't even able to find the words to finish his thought. Then Cove started getting shy over his bashfulness and put a hand over his mouth. You were so happy that buying the wind chime was the right call. I'll take such good care of it, Blue. Thank you. You're welcome. Let me know where you end up putting it. It'll be helpful to know. You took your wrapped up wind chime out of your bag and held it up, drawing a chuckle from him. Okay, we'll match that way. Yeah. Not much time later, Derek's chipper voice caught your attention. You and Cove turned your gaze down the pier. What are you doing there, slowpokes? Get over here! Ahem. Hey, come on! You looked at Cove at the same time he looked at you. You grinned and nodded your head in the direction of your friends. He gave you a small smile in return. Your footsteps echoed against the wooden planks of the dock and onto the night as you ran to catch up. And there we go, everybody! Thank you so much! Wrong scene! Thank you, everybody, for joining me on another episode of Our Life, Beginning and Always. Obviously, next time, we're still going to debate on if we're going to do another moment or two, or if we're just going to head on to road trip and end the moments. Road trip will be the last moment. I'm staking that. That's the term. But I also don't know if we should just, maybe just do all of them. Because we're already really close at this rate to having all of them done. There's just, 4 more left. But anyway, we will talk about that next time while I give myself a couple moments to think. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye, everyone.